I hate the cassette players and the cassette technology from the bottom of my soul. I'm not just hating it, I also love it. I love it because it's a fascinating technology, and we also are used to listen to cassette tapes back in the day, and I was missing a good cassette recorder in the 19s, which I wanted so badly. I finally got one. It's the Denon DRM 740, and I'm so happy for it because it's a closed loop dual capstan, and it is recording so well, and I love it. But today I'm here to tell you why I hate this technology, these cassette recorders in general, and the cassette tapes. I hate them because they sound crap. And what I mean by this, especially, I'm referring in this video not the quality of the frequencies, the Dolby systems, and etc. I'm talking in this video about the background noise. What I mean by this: every single cassette player or recorder has an infernal noise on the background. Let me show you. It's not the noise from the tape. I can listen to the noise of the tape so easily. I can ignore it. I also am listening the music on the vinyl records, which some older ones, or not older, some used ones are cracking, popping here and there, and maybe others also have annoying background noise, and I can tolerate that absolutely. But I cannot tolerate the fact that the noise on the cassette players is there even without the tape. And I want to show you something. I am now recording the line output on this recorder, on this cassette recorder, when it's turned off. So we have zero noise, right? Okay, let me turn that up. See? Now we have a little very small noise on the background, and it's okay. When you plug something in the socket, of course you have a small noise. Maybe any unit has that and could be easily tolerated. On top of this, you can hear the tape hiss, and we'll get there in a minute. Now let me switch to the monitor. So this is the tape, right? And this is the source, the monitoring the source input of the deck. I unplugged any cable from the back, so we have no or very little difference between source and tape. When the deck is stopped, we are not playing yet anything. If you hear a little difference or anything at all, you can tolerate that definitely, so that is not an issue. And if I press play, you will hear a lot of noise. There you have it. And I wonder, why do we need such an amount of noise on the background? Dolby is off. If I press Dolby B, it sounds like this. Dolby C, it sounds like this. And the cassette, it's empty, right? It's a new cassette, it's a good one, it's a good cassette, it's a Chrome, it's a Type 2 cassette, and we have these noises on Dolby B and C. With Dolby off, you can hear this noise, but I'm not talking here about the Dolby and the noise of the tape. I'm talking here about the noise of the deck. Now, if you want to hear the noise of the deck, of course, if you take the cassette out and press play, it will simply not play. But you can do something. Some decks have the possibility to press the eject button, and now you can press play and the deck will start. This is usually very useful when you are cleaning the pinch rollers. So if I press play, it plays. If I take my finger from the eject button, it stops. So I'm pressing again, and now I press play. Do you hear that awful noise when you don't have cassette in the deck? It's the sound of the deck, it's the noise of the deck itself. This is what annoys me a lot. the noise of the tape is very small. And I had listened to reel-to-reel back in the day, and I don't have any reel-to-reel for now, although I really love the reel-to-reel tapes, and I'm planning of buying one someday. But let me demonstrate how you can hear the noise of the tape itself. I am rewinding this cassette and I am playing it from the start. At the beginning of the cassette you will have the leading tape. The leading tape is only plastic, so you don't have a magnetic tape right there. So maybe by playing that part you can hear a small amount of noise because the plastic tape is touching the head, right? Okay, I agree, maybe there can be a little noise from there, but the biggest noise in this system is the noise of the deck itself while playing without tape. So the electronic noise on standby, the hiss noise from the tape is very acceptable, but the noise of the deck it's not. So I'm gonna play now the leading tape, and you can hear the difference when it switches to the magnetic tape. Maybe you can kind of ignore the noise of the deck itself, only to hear the difference when the magnetic tape comes in. Right, so there is a hiss, a very small hiss, totally acceptable. I am asking you to try to find out the noise of your cassette player. If you have a boombox, maybe you can press play and it plays right away. You don't need to do some things to have it play, right? And if you don't have this kind of deck where you can trick it to play without the tape inside, you can do one more thing to have it play. Usually it doesn't play because it's not the cassette in there. It has a mechanism or a sensor which tells the player there is a cassette inside, and if it's not, it doesn't play. But you can trick it. You can press that sensor, that mechanism inside with a finger, and you can trick it to play the cassette for you. So I'm not touching the eject on this because I want to show you, if you don't have this function on your deck, you can see the sensors for which type the cassette is, and you can press somewhere around here. You can press with the finger, and then if you hit play, the player will play without the cassette. You can trick kind of any deck on the world, I think. Anything I got on my hands work like this. If you don't have the option from the factory, you can trick it. So what I would like to ask you to do, and let me know in the comments if you did, just make your player play without the cassette, turn up the volume, and see if you notice any difference in the noise of the player itself. I think, but I'm not sure, some very expensive decks in the world, like Nakamichi, Pioneer or Yamaha, or any high-end device, I'm very curious if they have such a noise without the cassette inside. And especially if the noise is annoying, so annoying as on this deck. But I'm not referring especially on this deck I have, because I love this deck, it's very well made, I love Denon devices and everything, but in this price range, I think any deck will do the same. And I'm very curious if those very expensive decks have some noise like this. So don't be fooled, don't think that all the noise you hear from the deck it's from the tape itself. No, the tape itself has very little noise, and if I had only that noise without the rest of it, I think the quality of listening to audio cassette tapes will be much higher. So thank you for bearing with me until the end, and let me know in the comments what you think. what you have tested, and what's your opinion, what deck are you using or other kind of player, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!